everybody, welcome back to Best Life and Beyond. We're back at Disneyland, and this is what to expect in the month of January when you come to Disneyland.
Before we get started though, make sure to take a second and subscribe to our channel because we have a lot of fun stuff coming for you. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking mostly at the month of January. A lot of people tend to come in January and February, but again, we're just going to look at January and we'll do this again in February. We're going to let you know about the weather, the crowds, what to expect, what to look out for, because a lot of changes happen in January. It's one of those months where we often refer to it as the beginning of refurb season.
Yeah, it's very transitionary, as well as a lot of people are coming to the park now that it's available. There's
reservations available. That's something that is consistently changing. So we're kind of going off of all our knowledge of before reservations were in place.
Yeah.
We've never had a January with reservations before. So we're going to try to combine our knowledge of what we have from the past with what we've been dealing with reservations for ticket holders and Magic Key holders. Let's start off with the weather. If you are coming to Disneyland in the month of January, be prepared with a little poncho or an umbrella because sometimes we'll get a little bit of rain, but also more importantly, bring a jacket and some layers for some warmth because when that sun goes down, it gets cold, California cold.
And when you get here, if you're driving to the resort, there's a couple of options for parking. You've got the Mickey and Friends parking structure, which used to have the tram. We still don't have an opening date for the tram. They're being pretty vague about it. Just know that if you park at Mickey and Friends or Pixar Pals, you're gonna have to make the almost 1 mile walk to the park if you park over there. If you park at Toy Story, it's a little bit different. There's a bus that will take you to the harbor side entrance where you can immediately go right through security and up to the turnstiles.
Yeah, so something we recommend if you are parking over at Mickey and Friends or Pixar parking, which are connected, you can walk in and take the monorail in, but just be advised that that will stop taking guests around the park usually about like 6 to 7 o'clock. We found that 7 o'clock is usually the time that it is closed. So just be advised, it also has a big refurb coming up, which we'll share a little bit later. But for right now, if you are parking on that side, monorailing in, as we like to say, is an option.
It's a good option because then you don't have to walk that whole length of downtown Disney. Some people like to, but you can kind of at least get to the monorail, get taken into Tomorrowland, and go from there.
And like Spencer mentioned, there used to be a tram service. It was announced that they will be coming back this year, but we don't foresee them coming back in January. We are not sticking to that, not 100%, because we can't predict everything that Disneyland does. However, if we had to make a best guess, we predict sometime in late February, early March. I would love it though if it happened in January. So just be prepared to walk if you're coming in January.
And if you are making that trek from Mickey and Friends and or Pixar Pals and you want to go through downtown Disney or take the monorail, just know that coming up pretty soon here, they're going to start construction or demolishing of Earl of Sandwich, Sugar Boo, and Starbucks.
And AMC, which
and
is
the old AMC theater,
it's really a ghost theater. Like, I don't think anything's even in there.
But that entire area, that entire building, because it's one giant building, is going to be demoed sometime this month. I'm hearing. So be aware of that. I'm sure that they will. I'm sure they'll have access. Also, there used to be 2 points of entry on that side, and if you haven't been here in a while, just know that the entry point that's closest to the old ESPN zone is employees only for entrance. You're gonna have to walk around next to the Disneyland Hotel to gain access to downtown Disney through that gate. Now you can exit out of either of the gates at the end of the night, but you can only enter at the hotel side by Disneyland Hotel and Earl of Sandwich at this point.
Which is really nice because if you want to hit up Trader Sam's or Tangaroa Terrace before or after you leave the park, it ain't such a bad deal.
It's pretty close to there. It's right there. Also, something that's changing here in January are the park hours.
Yeah, it goes up and down all throughout January. So make sure if you're coming in January, you pay very close attention and check the hours because they vary so much. It's quite crazy, actually.
Right now, the park is open from 8 till midnight. Starting January 9th is when everything changes. So that's when you got to check it. And like I said, during the week are different hours than the weekends. There's closing times that are different on certain days. It's just, you got to really make sure to check the app before you show up.
It's closing as early as 8 and 9 p.m. on some nights. So again, really pay attention if you're going to DCA or Disneyland anytime in the month of January.
Also, another thing that happens every January here is we start to lose the holiday decorations. Now, Katie's...
All the holiday stuff goes away. It's not just the decorations. Holiday treats, holiday parade, holiday fireworks, holiday decorations, holiday overlays. They all go away in January. But the biggest date to remember if you want to have any holiday fun like I do, say goodbye to them after January 9th. That is the last day. You'll see fireworks, peppermint fudge, peppermint beignets. All the good things that I love so much are going to be gone. Gone. Goodbye.
Until next year.
Until next year. But of course, like I was mentioning, some of the holiday overlays, those are going down in January, but they're going down at different points in January. Haunted Mansion Holiday, Small World Holiday, we'll cover that in the refurb section in a second here. But make sure if you want to see the holiday stuff, get it in while you can.
Something else you need to consider when you're coming to Disneyland, if you haven't been here in a while, or if you just want to hit a bunch of rides while you're here and maximize that part of your day, Genie and Genie Plus are good options for that if you don't have a lot of time. If you need help with getting a fast pass, or what they call a lightning lane now, it's a good option. It's $20 a person for the Genie Plus, where anything that was a fast pass in prior years is basically covered under that. You have a handy app that you get return times for all these attractions. There's also the a la carte option where you can buy certain high-end attractions like Rise of the Resistance, Web Slingers, those types of things. You can literally buy just those separately if that's something you really want to do. You don't even have to buy the Genie Plus $20 if you want to just maybe do Rise of the Resistance. You can purchase that separately. Now, we suggest that you do that very early in the morning.
Yeah, those sell
they
out. They go.
They go fast.
So get on there. I think 7 o'clock is the earliest that you can do it, but just make sure you have a reservation for the day that you know you're going to want to go, and make sure that you get on that morning at 7 o'clock if that is one of the a la carte options. Now, as far as the Genie Plus, like Spencer mentioned, you are able to buy that throughout the day as long as you have a reservation and valid park admission.
As well as the fact you can still do standby for those attractions. It's just going to be quite a standby line.
Right.
So that is available for that. Also be aware that Rise of the Resistance closes earlier than most attractions here at the park.
Yeah, I think 8 o'clock is usually when it's down.
Yeah, they have a big turnaround time, how they have to reset everything. So they have a lot of work to do at the end of the night, which is why they close a little bit early, so be aware of that.
Now, typically this time of year is really in January. It can be super crowded, but it can also be not crowded. Now, the thing that's different, again, like we mentioned in the beginning, is the reservation system. It is like a curveball in this.
It's a screwball.
It is. The park sometimes feels a little bit more congested because of all the refurbishments and things that happen in January, as well as the hours changing. So you just never know. But we try to tell people, if you want to have a little bit less of crowds, again, not guaranteed, try to come midweek between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those tend to be a little bit better on the crowd levels.
If you could get here early, we always recommend that you get here for Rope Trap if you want to get on a bunch of attractions early and maximize your day, and then maybe take a little lunch break in the middle of the day before the nighttime. Getting here early is so crucial. We can't stress that enough.
Yeah, try to get here about an hour before the park opens.
The next thing we're going to talk about is dining reservations.
Yeah, so as far as dining reservations go, they've been really hard to find, hard to get over the last, I don't know, actually pretty much since Disneyland has reopened. We hear that a lot from people. How do I get into Oga's? How do I get into Blue Bayou? Something that we recommend doing is coming on a midweek day and trying to do walk-up. We have had, I'm going to say, 90% more success.
We've been really lucky.
Right, with walk-ups for Blue Bayou, for everything. Oga's, I think we've gone to about 4 or 5 different times without a reservation. Trader Sam's, so many of those, we have not made reservations. It's kind of nice too, because if you happen to miss a reservation, you get charged. So it's kind of nice because you can't get charged. Now, the risk you're taking is you're not guaranteeing anything, but you know, we just recommend doing walk-up, packing at least one meal, we usually pack a lunch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's probably one of the best bets you can do.
That has saved us because the mobile order situation is a little, how do I say?
It's hairy.
It's hairy. It can
It's a
be
little screwball.
Yeah, it can be just as long as waiting in a standby line to get food, or longer. And it's something that if you're really hungry, like I need food right now, you got kids that are starving or whatever, it's best, like Katie said, to bring some food with you because sometimes it'll take 1 to 2 hours. You just never know.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of dining, if you're coming to the park early and you want to get breakfast, we get this question quite a bit. There are a few places that offer breakfast until a certain time. I'm not sure what these times are, 11 o'clock. If we're walking into the park, the first place you'll come across that, again, you might have to get a reservation or a walk-up reservation for is Carnation Cafe. We love Carnation Cafe. It's a great place to grab a bite in the morning or for lunch as well.
Pancakes, Mickey waffles.
Yeah.
You could also run across the street to Starbucks, which also does get really busy, but they have some really good breakfast sandwiches that are nice on the go.
That's
so
true.
You can go and hit some rides.
You can also get breakfast at Jolly Holiday, which we recommend. We like that place as well. And Galactic Grill in Tomorrowland also offers some breakfast items.
Red Rose Tavern, I don't know if they tend to go like, sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. So I wouldn't guarantee breakfast at Red Rose Tavern. Those are the ones that we would stick to and that we tend to stick to when we get breakfast at Disneyland Park. Now, that's again, if you're really not concerned about rides, that's when we would recommend doing the breakfast thing.
Yeah.
If you really want to get on rides, stopping for breakfast is really going to slow you down.
Yeah.
So bring yourself some breakfast. Another thing that we've done several times as it tends to be a little bit more colder and the sun goes down at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, we bring a thermos of hot coffee and it has been a lifesaver. If you run on coffee, bring your lunch, bring some breakfast. You will not be disappointed. You could also get a locker. Just remember to wear your mask indoors at all locations.
Okay, and now to one of the most important things, and I know you guys want to know this, it's always important to me, is the refurb schedule. The rides that are going down for a little painting, a little upkeep, those types of things. This is, like Katie said earlier, this is refurb season. This is when it normally happens. So it's no surprise to us that rides are going down this month. Now, something that's been on refurb since the park has been open is Finding Nemo Submarines, which it's still not coming back in January, so don't expect to get on there. They're still doing some painting and some things over there. And as it stands right now, the app is saying that it's coming back on February 14th. Hopefully that's the case. You never know, things could change, but that's what it's saying right now.
And over in Adventureland, Tarzan's Treehouse still remains under refurbishment. Also looking for that to come back mid-February as well.
And over at the Rivers of America, our two boats, we got the Columbia and the Mark Twain. The Columbia is going to go down on the 4th for an extensive refurb, and the Mark Twain a little bit later in the month is going down.
Yeah.
So make sure to get your rides in. The Mark Twain's going to be around a little bit longer than the Columbia as far as January is concerned, but if you enjoy those attractions, or even if you just like looking at them and photographing them, make sure to get that in as soon as possible.
And Haunted Mansion holiday fans, I know it's been the holiday season there for a long time. That is officially going to go down to convert back over to original Haunted Mansion. That's going to go down on the 10th and come back on the 20th of January. So if you're here after the 20th of January, you're going to get original Haunted Mansion. No more holiday overlay for the Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah. And then over in Critter Country, Splash Mountain. Some people, that's their favorite attraction of all time. I don't like getting wet. That's the only reason we don't go on it as much, especially when it's cold like this. And Splash Mountain's going down on the 10th all the way to mid-February. This is not for the retheming. This is just a standard refurb, standard fix-up paint, you know, that kind of stuff.
She's getting her yearly refurb.
Yearly dusting for Splash Mountain.
And Small World holiday fans, sadly, my favorite attraction. But the holiday overlay, we didn't get it as long as we're used to. However, they are going to start removing the holiday overlay at the end of January, usually the 23rd, 24th. That's when they're going to start taking it down. Usually once they finish Haunted Mansion Holiday, they turn their attention over to Small World Holiday and begin that removal. And Small World is usually up by the beginning of February, usually by like the 3rd or the 4th. It's back. So if you want to get on Small World, try to come in the beginning of the month, especially so that way you could see Small World Holiday.
And as we mentioned earlier, the monorail's going down on the 24th of this month, all the way to like mid-February. It's saying the 14th right now, so we're just saying mid-February. So those long walks to the park. Those
Just
very
go park
long.
in Toy Story.
Park in Toy Story because you're not going to get the luxury of getting the monorail in from downtown Disney.
I love the monorail.
So those are the refurbs that we know about as of now. Things could change. They could add things to it. We don't know. But right now, that's kind of the set schedule. So if those are some of the things or the attractions that you want to experience when you're here, make sure to get on them as soon as possible.
Yeah, plan them around those dates. Now, as far as entertainment goes, like we mentioned, all of the Christmas fun, the Christmas Fantasy Parade, Believe in Holiday Magic Fireworks Show, that's going to be gone on the 9th of January. So you might be wondering what's going to take its place. From what we're hearing, Mickey's Mix Magic might be taking the place, I think, on the weekends again, so I don't think you're going to get any fireworks midweek.
Yeah.
Disneyland Forever, the best fireworks show, in my opinion, is coming back soon. So we're expecting some announcements, so stay tuned to our channel. We'll let you know. We usually do a weekly live stream, so another reminder to subscribe to our channel and hit your bell notifications because that will give you that information.
Okay, so I think we've covered Disneyland as far as the specifics for what you need to know for this month. Let's jump over to DCA, Disney California Adventure. There's a few things happening over there, a few things ending. For instance, the Festival of Holidays, also going away on January 9th. See you, goodbye. It's been a good one. We enjoyed it.
I actually really did enjoy it. There was a lot of good things this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that great entertainment from Festival of the Holidays. Obviously, it goes without saying that will also be going away on the 9th. We're going to miss that. Fat Cat Swinger.
I think we saw them about, I don't know, 40 times this
Probably
season.
40 times.
We did really good. We made up for 2020.
Man, mostly kosher, and many others that I can't think of their names offhand, but really good entertainment. So make sure to get over there if you missed any of that. It's well worth it, trust me. But then we look forward to Lunar New Year.
Yes, that's going to begin on the 21st of January.
Yeah.
And it'll run until about the mid-February, I'd say. We're just really looking forward to that. Lunar New Year is such a blast.
It is.
It is just, it's so colorful and vibrant. It really gets me in the mood for spring.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. So make sure you stick around to our channel so that you can get all of the coverage for Lunar New Year over at DCA.
Also at DCA, the Magic Key Terrace, getting a refurb, kind of a redo. It's that upstairs terrace above Sonoma.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little Magic Key lounge, so if you're a Magic Key holder, you can make reservations. Sometimes you can do a walk-up.
Yeah.
We honestly, in all interest of honesty here, we haven't really gone, but we've heard it's really nice. A lot of Magic Key holders really like it. But yeah, so it's going to get like a whole new overlay. We don't have too many details about it, when this is going to happen, but we expect sometime very soon. It'll I don't know, it looks really pretty from the concept art that we saw.
And we have been up there prior to the Magic Key. We used to go up there quite a bit and get hors d'oeuvres and drinks and things. It is a nice place to hang, nonetheless, nice views, really cool.
Yeah. If you're looking to get into DCA over where Cars Land is, and you want to see all the Christmas stuff over there, remember to get there as well before January 9th because that's going down too.
Well, that is gonna wrap it up for everything you need to know for the month of January here at Disneyland Resort. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative.
Yeah, now remember there are, like we said, a few more announcements of things that will be kind of trickling in throughout the month.
Yeah.
So make sure you stay tuned to our channel, especially if you're looking for merchandise, food options, and all kinds of things. Stick around and subscribe to our channel. You don't want to miss it. We often live stream from the park, and we live stream every Wednesday.
We do.
So make sure you hit your bell notifications.
That is important. And we will see you next time on Best Life and Beyond. Bye-bye, everybody.
Again, once we hear all that information about exactly what's gonna...
I love that sound.
It's almost like you're being censored.
Yeah.
And I just...
You know what it is? Those, every time I try to...
I hate those peeps.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So like we said, we're still awaiting a lot of announcements as far as like the entertainment goes for the month of January.
Okay, we're good.